You can't have your cake and eat it too. Putin's Russians are going mainly to Ukraine.
Some deployments of Russian troops into Belarus began, to positions where they could have a short drive towards the Ukrainian capital.
And Brexit is literally out of this world. These are the interesting times. Hello everybody, my name's Matt Johnson and welcome to The Interesting Times, a show that likes to take a sideways swipe at politics right here in the UK. The Met Police have had a change of heart.
I can confirm that the Met is now investigating a number of events that took place at Downing Street and Whitehall.
Well, this is good news for those of us that believe in justice and fair play, but could the PM be the victim here and not the offender?
The Prime Minister was out on visits. He came back, he was working in the cabinet room. People came in, presented him with a cake.
Okay, that's a party.
On his birthday, they sang happy birthday.
Yes, party.
He was there for about 10 minutes.
10-minute party.
It was not a premeditated, organised party in that sense.
Surprise 10-minute party.
He, as far as I can see, he was, in a sense, ambushed with a cake.
And by the looks of him, jumped on by a gang of sausage rolls, pounced on by 7 Big Macs and bushwhacked by a doner kebab. And of course, just a few months ago, he had a lucky escape when a giant donut failed to spot him.
Be honest all the time.
In my experience, yes, he is.
Are you having to say that because he's sitting right next to you, Mr. Malthouse? Is it slightly...
No, I don't know. I have no idea where he is.
There he is.
I have no idea.
Fat jokes are okay, aren't they?
Well, Mr. Speaker, I don't know who's been eating more cake.
Besides, the cake's not the problem, it's the pork pies.
On the 1st of December, the Prime Minister told this House, in relation to parties during lockdown, all guidance was followed completely in number 10 from that dispatch box.
Mr. Speaker, may I begin by saying that I understand and share the anger up and down the country at seeing number 10 staff seeming to make light of lockdown measures.
On the 8th of December, the Prime Minister told this House, I have been repeatedly assured since these allegations emerged there was no party.
And I can understand how infuriating it must be to think that the people who have been setting the rules have not been following the rules, Mr. Speaker, because I was also furious to see that clip.
But I'm guessing Johnson knows that he's up to his eyeballs in it, and lying's not going to work this time. So what can he do? Plead ignorance? Show that he hasn't got a clue about anything happening around him?
Nobody told me that what we were doing was, as you say, against the rules.
And when I went into that garden just after 6 on the 20th of May, 2020, to thank groups of staff before going back into my office 25 minutes later to continue working, I believed implicitly that this was a work event. I must say to the right honourable gentleman, I don't know what he's talking about. To confuse the public and to cause needless confusion about the guidance.
Yeah, that's pretty convincing actually. Indeed, Channel 5 News put it best.
Boris Johnson isn't there, the lights are on, he's not yet at home.
Lights on, but nobody's home. Moscow has denied wanting to invade Ukraine. Putin has called the West's response to him sending 100,000 troops to the Ukraine border as hysteria. Here I am, just minding all business, putting 100,000 troops on border to look at wonderful Ukrainian cathedrals. Well, NATO are not messing about. The US are deploying 8,500 troops to strengthen forces already stationed in Ukraine. Denmark is sending a frigate to the Baltic Sea and 4 F-16 fighter jets to Lithuania. Spain has offered to send a frigate to the Black Sea and Eurofighter planes to Bulgaria, and the Dutch will also send 2 F-35 warplanes to Bulgaria. And the UK?
In terms of supporting Ukraine with economics and trade, and also we have a very strong package of sanctions ready should Russia stage an incursion into Ukraine.
Oh yes. The Tories are going to tell them that they're not going to accept their party donations anymore. Well, not as much as they have done. There have been long lorry queues going into Dover. Well, more red lights than a Tory party fact-finding mission. Allegedly. But what's caused this? It's a mystery. It's completely unclear. Maybe it's just one of those things. The queues are so long that they can be seen not only on Google Maps, but from space. which has allowed the Daily Express to point out where the blame really lies. Why didn't they warn us? Now, there was a bit of a delay in a lot of news outlets reporting this, so had Whitehall ordered the cameras turned off to save the government any Brexit-related embarrassment? National Highways South East denied this. They tweeted, "No cameras have been turned off. There are a couple of defective ones we're waiting parts or replacements of." Sure, maybe they're stuck on a lorry somewhere. Well, that's it for another week. Thank you all so much for watching. And if you are enjoying these vids, please don't forget to subscribe and hit all the notifications bell. And I'll see you all next week. Take care.